Good morning, this is Minister Paul. It is 5:25 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, Northern California, on 7/20/2012. Today's been odd. I woke up at 4:21 again, which is a 7. And my first comment I made on here was at 4:30, which is a 7. And now 5:25, whether you do it forward 2 numbers or backward 2 numbers, is a 7. This morning I asked God, I said, what does this mean? I mean, what are the odds of waking up 3 days in a row and looking at your clock and it saying 4:21? I actually said it out loud. I woke my wife up. I said, no way. And I went in and got my tea and aloe vera juice and stuff that I drink every morning. It's really good for you. We'll get into this story in a minute. And I said, God, what is it? I mean, you know, what good are signs if we don't understand them? That's where revelation comes in. God said, we are entering a new season of supernatural. And you cannot understand supernatural in the natural. In other words, there's a manifestation of His glory that's going to be poured out upon this world. I believe it's already being poured out, and He's showing you things that you trying to or fathom in your natural mind, that you just have to let go and realize that He's a supernatural God. In order to understand, you know, His ways are higher than our ways, and His thoughts are higher than our thoughts. We can't just explain in our mind how every time we log onto the computer or wake up in the morning, it's a 7. I mean, I'm not even going to get into the earthquake thing, where yesterday I prophesied these earthquakes and woke up and looked at this and was amazed. Literally amazed. Look at 3-7. I mean, one of them was a 6.0. I mean, I could tell you, let's just do this. I mean, see, when most people just see an earthquake, I see danger coming. I see 11 and 11s in here. I see 7s. I see a 7 and a 3. Do you see that? 3, 7. Go look at my dream. I mean, let's just take a look at another one real quick at some of the other ones I looked at, and then we'll get into the story. Look, 3, 7. What was the other one I was looking at? This is a 7, a 4.3. This is a 7. Now just follow me on this and go look at my other earthquake. This is a 2, 1, a 7, and a 7. No matter how you look at it, is this not a 7 and a 7, 3? Is this not 11, 11? I ask you, is this not a 7? Is 3 and 4 not a 7? See, to you, you just see earthquakes. I see supernatural signs and wonders. Okay, like this one. Is this 5-2 not a 7? Is this Japan? Yesterday I predicted about earthquakes in Japan. Is this not 7? 7? 7? 1900 is 7. Is this not 7? Is this not 11? So flow with me on this. Is this not 11? 11? Is this not 7? Is this not 7? Is this not 7? Is this not 7-3? You're saying, what are you talking about, Minister Paul? Go watch my dream. Is this not another 3-7 at 3-7? You guys honestly need to seriously prepare for these earthquakes. Right when I said that, it was 4:44 a.m. Let's go right into this morning's story, because then I got some ministries to do. I consider myself a watcher on the wall, and I'm not going to let the media get away with this this story. And it looks like CBS Sacramento, which I refuse to watch anymore, is now saying that the Sacramento zombie apocalypse was high on bath salts. Okay, so it just depends on what. Let's play this story here. I'm going to point out something to you, okay?
We're learning more tonight about the man accused of killing an elderly woman in her own home.
Please.
The suspect's father thinks his son may have been high on bath salts. Ben Sisenko is live now at the Sacramento County Jail with details on this one, Ben.
Bath salts.
Yeah, I spoke to Moses Trotter's father for the first time inside the Sacramento County Jail, and he thinks he knows the reason why his son's behavior turned violent.
Hear me out here, please.
Moses Trotter's family still doesn't know what caused the 32-year-old to turn violent. Trotter isn't talking to them, denying their visitation request.
He's not talking to anybody,
Trotter's father tells
allegedly.
CBS 13 he believes his son took a drug known as bath salts
Look at
the day
bath
he allegedly murdered Carol Sturgis.
They show bath
he says
salts,
that before
but there's
the
no
attack,
evidence
Trotter
of
had
that.
walked to a liquor store from his mother's house in Fair Oaks. When he returned, he banged on the door, telling his mother he was overheating and speaking about demons. She refused to answer.
You hear that?
Trotter's father says that's when the trouble
Demons.
began. Witnesses tell police they saw
just
Trotter
like
Sunday afternoon breaking into homes.
Just like Miami.
Neighbors say
there was
they
no
chased
signs
Trotter
of bath salts,
before he
people.
broke into Carol
Better
Sturgis'
hear me
home,
on this.
allegedly killing the 79-year-old woman. Deputies arrested Trotter on Sturgis' front lawn. He was naked and covered in blood. Investigators are waiting for the toxicology report, but according to the WebMD website, bath salts don't show up on those blood tests.
They expect
right now,
us
it's
to
unclear
believe
if
this
Trotter
was
was under
bath
the
salts.
influence of any substance at the time of the alleged attack. But some of the side effects from bath salts do match Trotter's behavior.
People get really hot, and so they think that the heat is associated with
take note of this.
So they remove and strip
Sacramento
down that
PD
There's symptoms of
officer
being erratic, having hallucinations.
And Moses Trotter missed his court appearance today. He remains on a cycle. Moses Trotter's mother also missed her court appearance today. She's in trouble for elderly abuse. She apparently
his mom got arrested.
Now, coming up at
He's
6,
on a
we're going to take a closer look at bath salts and the eerily similar symptoms
this is
that
downtown
happened to Moses
Sacramento
Trotter
for you guys that
allegedly
don't live
this
here.
past Sunday. That's new at 6.
All right, Ben.
Let me explain something to you real quick. Did you see that Sac PD officer? See, some people, this is not going to work on, okay? Did you see the Sac PD officer, Andrew Pettit? That's on Freeport Boulevard. He's their public information officer. And so they went to him to come up with this bath salt theory. It wasn't bath salts in Miami. It was a guy demon-possessed ripping out pages of the Bible. Stick with me here. Here's why you can't get over on somebody whose spiritual eyes are open and was in the industry, and I believe I was in the industry for a reason. Why is an event that happened in Sacramento County, follow me on this, where they interviewed the public information officer, and I'll attach this to that. He said there was no signs of any drugs or alcohol. He was unusually calm and cooperative when they found him bloodied after murdering this poor innocent woman. He he speaks for the county, and it's the county that responds to crimes in the county. Why is the media? See, they didn't want to hear his story about calm, cool, and collected and no bath salts, so they went to the city, which is a totally different law enforcement organization, and they're asking their public information officer about about a crime that occurred outside of their jurisdiction. In other words, I don't know, since you don't live here in Sacramento, let me explain to you how it happens. If a crime occurs in the county, the sheriff responds. If a crime occurs in the city responds. The original story was he was calm, cool, collected, having normal conversations, had just left church. And I'm just going to show you the difference between their story in Fox 40 story, but you notice how they did mention demonic. Why in the world would a news agency just show all these pictures of bath salts in the background to kind of brainwash you when there's no evidence that he was on bath salts? And the responding officer for the sheriff's department, not the city police that they're interviewing there, the city police have nothing to do with this investigation. They don't run the jail that he's in. The county sheriffs do. Are you with me here? They are just getting hit. The city's public information officers to comment on bath salts because the county guy wouldn't. He already said there was no evidence of the guy being on any drugs or alcohol. This is a repeat of Miami because they can't just come out and tell you what the truth. And the truth is that he was possessed by demons, had just left church. So I just want you to replay that back. Go find that police officer and realize he's a Sacramento City public information officer, not a Sacramento County Sheriff public information officer. He wouldn't have responded to that crime. He has no jurisdiction over the crime. They got this guy on a mental hold. He's not allowed. He hasn't been out of this cell since he was booked. They arraigned him in his jail cell. They arrested his mother when he showed up. I'm not saying they're innocent. I'm saying something about this story is being covered from the public. So let's go to Fox 40. Last night at 10, I don't know if they'll show it on here, they played part of his CDs where he was literally speaking in demonic tongues. And this story goes on to read that he had an encounter with a woman where he said that that the word is on his CD, the word. And then he made a joke about religion. Does that sound like someone high on bath salts? He's joking about religion and he's posting scriptures on his Facebook. And then it says all of a sudden the guy turns and says, "Oh, no, no." And then he starts crying. And then he runs for help. See, this is the county right here. So Sac PD has absolutely zero to do with this story. Why is the media interviewing them? Let's go to Fox 40's version of the events.
30 about the moments before police say a naked man went on a bizarre spree and
people
ended up
don't want to
killing
hear
an
the
elderly
truth.
woman in Fair Oaks.
There's
The
no
suspect's
bath
name is
salts.
Moses Trotter. Andrea Borba now live with us
There's
from the
no
newsroom.
bath salts.
You talked to a woman who apparently gave you maybe some clues as to what in the world went on there. What you have to say?
Well, Eric, hours before wandering up and down Olympic Way and allegedly murdering Carol Sturgis, it appears Moses Trotter had a run-in with some other people in Fair Oaks. It was around 6 p.m. when Daniela Sanino and her boyfriend saw Trotter at the corner of Sunset and Fair Oaks Boulevard. It started with a conversation outside a liquor store.
He handed Tim a CD and he said, "My name's Moses. This is my CD."
Daniela Sanino says although
him.
Moses Trotter was well-dressed, perhaps even fresh out of church,
Fresh
he seemed
out of
it.
That
church.
kind of was like agitated and
Fresh
seemed to
out
be
of
kind of
church.
looking around. He didn't really like make eye contact with us.
Sanino's boyfriend jokingly asked
There's
if
a
there was
CD.
any mandolin music on Trotter's rap CD.
No mandolin on there. He goes, "But the word's on there."
The word.
And my boyfriend's like, "Oh, the word, huh?" And he says, "Yeah, you're going to find the word on there. I found the word. The word's on
really
there."
listening.
And then he made a joke about religion. That's when
A
Sanino
joke
thinks
about
Trotter may
religion.
have snapped.
And all of a sudden,
Oh, he
the guy
snapped?
turned around, looked at us, and goes, "No, no!" And he starts crying. He runs up to the car, and he's got his shirt. He's like pulling up his shirt like this, running up to the car, and I'm thinking, "Oh, God, what's going to happen?" And he grabs the CD, and he throws it in my lap. And he goes running,
He gave
crying
her a
down
free CD
the
crying.
parking lot.
The whole incident scared Sanino.
If he would have had a weapon, who knows what would happen
Yeah,
right then.
right.
And hours later, comfortably at home,
It's all
Sanino and her
speculation.
boyfriend turned on Fox 40, only to see evidence
7-3
they had perhaps witnessed a
on
man's
the
mental
car.
breakdown.
We were watching the news, and we hear breaking news at the top of the hour saying that there was a murder in Fair Oaks near Sunrise and Sunset. And we both looked at each other, and he said, "That was that guy we talked to."
That's him. Now let me tell you, just in closing, and this is important, he left church, he broke down and cried, And what you're seeing is a manifestation of demonic activity unlike ever before, being blamed on anything but demons.